There's some really good fights. You know, you got obviously Fury and Wilder this weekend, which I'm excited about because I think Wilder's coming for vengeance. I think Fury, you know, if we're looking at it, I think maybe a points decision might go his way.
Okay.
I think he's going to be safe. He's going to play it safe. But then again, Wilder's got that one-punch devastating power, and he's obviously looking for you know, to make a statement after he was embarrassed in the second fight. And so that's a very good fight. You got Canelo and Caleb Plant, which I think Canelo is too destructive at the moment. You got myself and you know, Lopez. You got Garcia and Jojo Diaz. You got Lomachenko, Commey. It's a stacked end of the year, and you know what? It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because I want to touch on the Wilder versus Fury, and last but not leastly, before we get off, what does Wilder have to do? You know, I mean, both of these guys have put on extra pounds for that fight. They both weighed in early hours of this morning, our time. What has Wilder got to do to beat Tyson Fury?
Wilder's got to establish that jab. He's got to establish that jab, and he's got to work a little bit of levels. And I see a lot of videos of him working the unders and the rolls. I don't think that's going to work. He's not a like a Mike Tyson kind of style. He doesn't have that to be able to roll in and out. He's rangy. He's long. I think he's got to work off that jab. He's got to shoot to the body. He's got to dig in some really hard right hands to the body to open up Fury, dropping that lead left hand, and then try to land that right hand. Try to land that clean. But then again, Fury is a very good boxer, very awkward, and could use his size advantage again. But Wilder has to really establish a good jab. He can't just bank on that right hand. Got to pop that jab, level change it, and then fake it and shoot with that right hand. He might land it. He might catch that shot. We might be talking about this when we do our next interview. So I told you, that's what he had to do.
Isn't it amazing, George? You know, fast back 3 weeks ago, a lot of the so-called boxing experts were thinking that Anthony Joshua was going to beat Usyk. I personally thought Usyk was a real shot at taking him down the stretch.
So I said Usyk will win. I said
you
Usyk
did.
will win. I told the boys at the gym when they asked me who's going to win, because obviously I fought on the Usyk card.
That's right.
My last fight, we co-mained it, and I said Usyk is going to win this fight. I love Joshua. I love his his dedication to the sport, but I think he's lost something about him. I think he's lost that confidence, and he waited too long. And Usyk is a brilliant boxer. The way he moves, his footwork for a big guy, unbelievable. I mean, if that guy's not inside the top 3 pound for pound, there's something wrong with boxing.
But George, isn't it amazing? And this is where I speak to people, and obviously I'm pro Kambosos, but how your perception on a division can be, Fury versus Joshua, that's the big fight. Joshua just gets eliminated from Usyk, and there's a chance tomorrow that Wilder could put Fury out, and then we're talking Wilder versus Usyk.
You know, this is a funny game that we're in. It's a very funny game because it moves. It changes. You know, it changes so fast. All of a sudden, you know, you're thinking about Fury fighting Joshua. Usyk beats Joshua. Deontay Wilder all of a sudden shocks the world and beats Fury. Now we're talking about Deontay Wilder fighting Usyk. All of a sudden they go and fight, and Deontay Wilder knocks out Usyk, catches him with a big shot because he can be caught too. Now we're saying Deontay Wilder is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, but he was written off, you know, a year and a half ago. This is a funny game, man. It's the same with me and Lopez, you know. All of a sudden, Lopez loses all the belts. I got all the belts. The guy from Australia. Then I'm calling the shots.
Yeah.
You just don't know with this game. It's a mad game that we're in.